Yeah, empty bottles of red wine laying on the floor from last night. We got a little drunk, yeah. Now I'm a little numb. Spending hours by your bedside, talking till it's dark out somehow. Can get you off my.
All right, you guys. Let me see what's going on. What's on my camera? Something that should not. Okay, I see what it is. My device is pulled down too low. All right. So I am live, and let's see what it do. Today is Freestyle Thursday. This is Snack Cackle Talk, and I am Lacey. Uh, on Freestyle Thursday, we talk about absolutely anything. And today I will be continuing um, my grandmother's book, part four. And that's today's title. My grandmother's book, part four. We will bid farewell and just speak on a couple of other things. Okay. Let's see. Can I get things up and going? So we will talk about. Well, we can go ahead and. Well, let me stop saying we because it's just me today. I can go ahead and speak on bidding farewell to everybody. Y'all already know this young lady right here. Let me take myself off of here. Uh, y'all all know her as D. And I'll just say this she will definitely be missed. But she's done well for herself. Uh, Her name is Danielle Spencer, Dr. Danielle Spencer, known as D, from the TV show What's Happening. Now, a lot of us grew up watching What's Happening. And I actually miss watching all those old shows because they don't show them anymore. You tend to forget, like, yeah, I remember that show. Yes, that was a good show, but it didn't run that long. It only ran for like 2 or 3 seasons. But yeah, she was an unforgettable character on that show. And she will be definitely missed. Now she passed away on the 11th, so just a few days ago. She was previously diagnosed with breast cancer. It is not confirmed if that was her. It's not concerned if that's what she succumbed to. Um, but she was a previous breast cancer survivor. She was diagnosed in 2014. Now, she opted to have a double mastectomy. And from the reports, I did not know, but she had a previous car accident that caused parts of her body to be paralyzed. So I was wondering when I saw the photos and she had the mid arm braces that she was standing on. I was wondering what type of trauma she might have went through and what could have happened to her to cause her to need those. So it was due to a car accident that she had. Um, but she's, like I said, she's done well for herself. She is an actual doctor. She was a veterinarian. So I wonder if she became a celebrity veterinarian. I wonder, or if she was just a community veterinarian in general. But well known, she did not just sit by and just reminisce on old times. She did well for herself, and she will definitely be missed. Um, I wanted to also go back to Lord have mercy, y'all. I'm kind of tired of going back and forward, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. Um, who is this young man? Anthony. Is this Anthony? Anthony Edwards. Oh, child, Lord, sit down. I hope that this baby mama right here teaches him a lesson to just be more careful with who he messing with or choose to mess with in the future. But his baby mama, Aisha Howard, she wants more money. Now, it was dumb on her behalf to accept the $1 million that he paid to her up front and assuming that that would be enough for her lifestyle to take care of the baby. But it is enough for the child. Definitely enough for the child if she's not living above her means. But we already know that she is most definitely living above her means. And and she's asking this young man for more money. Now, if I was the court system, considering the fact that she had settled up on that $1 million, I wouldn't give her a single cent more. If you need more money, ma'am, get up off of your back and go make it. Go to work or do whatever you do to make your money. But leave this young man alone. He gave you 100K. I wouldn't have gave you nothing past that $100,000. If I was the judge, you wouldn't have got nothing past that $100,000 simply because you agreed for 100K to get rid of the baby. And being that she chose to keep the baby, then if I was the judge, I would have ruled it out that he doesn't owe you anything, ma'am. You chose on your own accord to keep this child after he gave you 100K to get rid of it. So you're just gonna have to make do with that 100K. But even though he didn't want the child, subconsciously doing the right thing, say, you know what? I don't want anything to do with the child. I don't want nothing to do with you. But here go $1 million. Leave me alone. And she took it. Once again, why are you trying to go back? Is beyond me. For more money? Did you already blow through half of the million? I mean, I'm just curious. But she's asking for 500K for a one-time payment. Then she wants him to publicly apologize for what? And $55,000 a year for life in agreement to her having sole custody. No, ma'am. First of all, the child is not even going to be a dependent of yours for life. So why should he have to pay you $55,000 a year for life? It's like she's worse than a wife. Like she's worse than a divorce right now. That she's asking for these things. Um, but I don't understand why a judge would condone it. I wouldn't even entertain. If she came back in my court, I would not even entertain it. I would immediately dismiss her case. Immediately dismiss her case. If you can't make it work with $1 million, if she wasn't smart, if she wasn't smart enough to invest some of that money, then honey, even if he gave you 500K, you're gonna run through that. You're gonna run through because you clearly already ran through the 100K. That's why now you're asking outside of that million because you realize that that was a dumb price to accept to begin with as a one-time payment. Oh Lord. And what he got other baby mamas, but this is the worst one. I hope he just decides to just do better. Do better with his choices. But we're gonna get off of them real quick because I'm they wearing out the internet right now with their actions. But other than that, y'all, on our freestyle Thursday today, I don't have a whole lot going on. because I haven't been feeling well over these past few days. I just been having a migraine headache that just won't let up. And this is going on day 2.5, almost 3 days of this headache. But I did set me a doctor's appointment because I know it's messing with my blood pressure. So y'all, when y'all have things going on with you and your body is letting you know, please listen, because a simple headache could be something serious. You just never know. You never ever know. Um, but I am gonna go through and read some more of my grandmother's book, continuation of the 203 ways to drive your man wild in bed, part 4. And I'm only reading on this today, and I'm gonna read on it again Saturday, is because we stopped at number 32 and we need to get all the way to 203. And I really want to get this done. Today is what? Today is what, the 14th? I think today is the 14th. I can't see the date, but I think today is the 14th, and I really, really want to get this done. I want to aim for the end of the month, but I doubt it because it's only 2 more weeks left in the month. So I really want to get this book completed by the end of September. That's the plan. So I'm basically going to have to read this book on Thursdays and Saturdays so I can go ahead and get through the book. Okay. So let me get started on that. Okay. So in this book, I don't know if it's separated by chapters or what, but we are on moving forward to number 33, which is Adventuring Out of the Nest is the title. And let's see. Let's see if I'm gonna read anything out of the the number count, or if I'm just gonna go straight to it. Okay, I can just read this little intro to this chapter. It says, "Now that you've made your bedroom into a sensuous heaven, it's time to start branching out. Sex in the same place and at the same predictable time quickly becomes routine and dull." Okay, I can definitely agree to this. I do agree with that. Okay, now I guess for people that love to travel, then it would be more exciting and more exotic and definitely more spontaneous for those that love to travel out. But for me, I'm not a traveler, but I do like to do. I don't always want to be at home. But me and my husband, we will rent us a hotel room for a night if we want to just have us a different scenery, a different bed, different type of sex. Because I'm a person, I can't do anything in a house full of people. I just can't. Even if it's my own house, I'm not gonna be able to do it. So I can see how changing things up and stepping outside of the norm of your own atmosphere can kind of excite things. I can see that. Uh, some things as simple as moving to a different room can lend an air of special excitement to your sex play. Men love variety, and you can provide all the novelty he'll ever need by being creative about where you seduce him. You can organize an outing in some untried or exotic spot, or simply have a spontaneous sex trias in a corner where you are in danger of being discovered at any moment. Now, I will say that I read a book, and I want to say it's called Teacher's Pet, but I could be wrong. But that book had now the student was an 18-year-old student, and the teacher did the unethical. She fell for a student, but at least he was legal. So the only wrong thing that she did was the unethical part of being a teacher falling for a student. But he was legal. He was 18. He was a senior, and they fell for each other. And let me tell you that the the sex areas, outings, adventures, whatever you want to call it, were very interesting. I will say that because they was doing things on stairs, they were doing things on balconies, they were doing things in the hallway. Everybody knows about your living room and all this kitchen stuff. You know, people do those things. I get it. It's your house. And so these are the things that was happening there. But that book, I'll confirm for sure because I have the book at the house. I'll confirm for sure, but I want to say the book was called Teacher's Pet. So I can see how excited it was and exciting for her to because she let him take the lead. So I can see why she was excited to be with a younger man and the things he had introduced her to. Okay. The thrill of unexpected or dangerous sex is a big turn on and worth every effort or inconvenience it may cause. Remember Burt Lancaster and Deborah Kerr rolling in the surf and From Here and Eternity. I've never seen that, um, but to each his own. I've never seen it. The erotic sex in the empty apartment from Last Tango in Paris. So this, y'all mind you, this book, because it sounds like she's talking about some Turner Classic movies. And yes, I am a fan of Turner Classic movies, but I've never heard of these. So if some of y'all done heard of these, I'm sure y'all might understand why she's using them as a reference. But this book, mind you, is 30 years old. This book was written in 93. Okay. And my grandmother wrapped this book up in a 94 grocery ad. So this is an old book. Uh, so these are the kind of highly charged moments that aren't too difficult to create and that once experienced will be etched in your man's erotic memory forever. Okay, so let's get into this. So this is going to 45. So from 33 to 45. So let's see. So number 33, one of the simplest changes of scenery you can make is to move your lovemaking to another room. Seduce him unexpectedly while you're both watching TV or in a den. Okay, that is kind of like along the lines of missionary. like, not in the actual position, but I'm just saying that's a normal act right there, is to seduce in the living room or the den or the bathroom, the shower, hallways, like I said, or even just in your bedroom, another room, wherever, on the floor, stuff like that. So I can see that. And as it says later, it says that big armchair would make a marvelous playpen. Later, you can slide onto the rug. And then it says the living room, dining room, table, bathroom. So, see, these are all the things that I just said. Okay, number 34, move outside. How pleasantly surprised he'll be when you attack him in your very own bushes. Bushes? Listen. Unless we're doing like an outdoor camping and we're doing it in our backyard, then that's the only way that you're gonna get anything from me outside in the yard. And it ain't gonna be in no woods. I'm not gonna feel absolutely no comfort whatsoever trying to do anything in the woods. Even at a campsite, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Um, if you can get onto the roof of your building, take advantage of your starlit setting for love. So I could see this for people that live in certain types of apartments, and you have access to your rooftop or whatever, and it's one of those flat top rooftops that you usually see on the movies and stuff like that, and they set it all up. I think they had it on Think Like a Man. They had one on Boomerang, stuff like that. Can I can see that, but who watching you? Who's watching you from their window is the question. Um, Number 35. While not exactly outdoors, the elevator is outside of your apartment, and you can think of anything naughtier than holding the door closed button against the intruders while you pound into each other, standing against the elevator wall. I've seen make out sessions like that on movies. Okay, definitely. Would I do something like that? Definitely not. Most elevators nowadays they do have cameras. So unless you don't mind being on camera and possibly being exposed, then have at it. Um, Number 36. Don't forget about your own portable cocoon, the car. Everybody. I don't know not a single person that hasn't had at least one episode of car sex. Okay. My husband absolutely loves car sex. Me, I ain't no fan. And it ain't because of my size. I've always been like that, even when I was smaller. I'm more subconscious. But my husband loves car sex. Um, Making love to you in the back seat will make him feel as potent and horny as he did in high school. So yeah, they love car sex. Number 37. Surprise him at the office. Bring a picnic lunch. Ask his secretary to hold all his calls. Close the door. Treat him to desktop delight. If you're really daring, you can try a quickie in the office elevator, but don't get caught by his boss. He ain't gonna get fired. Talked about most definitely. Most definitely. Where I work at, I would not disclose. The majority of people that watch my show, they know where I work at, and they are, I don't know if they still are now, but they are notoriously known for work sex. Yes, I put your business out there. They were notoriously known. It was a really big thing out there. And I don't see how they would. I see why they was doing it. When you work in a warehouse, it's like being in a prison. You ain't got no windows. You don't know what the weather's like outside. You don't know what time of day it is outside. You go in there, and half the people show up to work. It's still nighttime, and get off and it's nighttime again. So, they're there the majority of the time, falling for other people. I get it. I do get it. But to do it up there, it's too nasty. Not happening. Not happening, Cap. Let's see. 38. Parties are made for excitingly dangerous sex. Tease him all evening with your sultry eyes and secretly roving hands. Then slip into your host's bathroom, bedroom, or closet and make out, have sex, stuff like that. You see it at parties. You hear about it. I went to I went to a makeout party when I was younger, and I had absolutely no idea that I was at a makeout party. I had absolutely no idea that I was at a makeout party. And they were playing cards. I had no idea how to play cards. They was just like, "We need an extra person. Do you want to play?" Sure. Why not? I got introduced to strip poker. Had no idea that I saying the word strip. Okay, clearly I got to take off something, but I didn't know I had to get naked. So I was the type of person that once it got that far, I was like, I'm not taking off my panties. I ain't taking off my bra. Game over. Oh, you be cheating. You be cheating. I don't want to play. She cheating. No, yeah, I'm cheating now. I didn't know that game expected you to interact sexually. I didn't go to no more parties like that. But I was a teenager. I didn't go to no more parties like that. Um, Number 39. Ask him to meet you at a hotel for drinks. Let me read on. Maybe they got a reason for why they said that. Then either meet him in the lobby or take him up to the room you've rented and show him a surprise or leave a message for him to go to a specific room. When he walks in, he'll find you with little on your body and a lot of sex on your mind. Okay, we're not gonna play no games. Firm believer. I'm not gonna play no games. If that's my intentions, is to meet you at a hotel and to have sex with you, we ain't drinking nothing. That's my intentions, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna play no games. That's what I'm not gonna do. Number 40. Take him for a drive in the country and stop in some secluded spot and admire the view. Then create your own splendor in the grass. I've had grass sex at a park. At a public park. Uh I was a teenager then. I might have been 18 or 19. Who knows? If I wasn't, then I was definitely early 20s. And as far as like driving to the country, yes, we've had what I call on the road country sex. Yes, and that's probably as close in the wood as I probably got while we was in the car. My husband's idea. What turned him on is beyond me. Um, Number 41. Arrange to borrow a friend's apartment or house while he or she is out. Then tell your man you want to take him there and make love to him mercifully. Listen, not a fan. I do not want to be responsible for breaking nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Uh yeah. I don't want to use nobody's apartment. Absolutely. I don't want to be responsible for nothing. Okay, number 42. On a work day, invite him to your place for lunch. Serve a light meal, a bottle of good wine, and some seductive smiles. Let him discover for himself that you're wearing nothing underneath. Okay, okay, I can see that. I can see that. Getting dressed in a sultry kind of way, but leaving the underneath bare. That way, you're letting him know that after dinner, you are dessert. I can understand that. Definitely. And I can see how alluring, somewhat romantic, definitely exotic, erotic, spontaneous. I can see how that's like that by doing that. Um, let's see, where are we? Where are we? 43. Get him to the beach and recreate the surf sex scene in From Here to Eternity. So I'm gonna have to look up these Turner Classic movies because that's what it sounds like that she's referring. So I'm gonna have to look up these movies and then see what scenes she's talking about. It says, or go skinny dipping in the moonlight and caress him underwater. You can float into some wonderfully exotic positions with ease and just enjoy the extremely sensual rocking and sliding sensation the water gives you. This one makes for erotic fireworks. Okay, I've never done anything like that and probably never will, because besides the bathroom in the shower or something like that, or in your own jacuzzi or your own pool, I don't see it happening nowhere else. But I have seen in movies where they doing it in lakes and pools and oceans, stuff like that. Okay, I get it. I get it, but I ain't gonna be able to do it. Let's see. Number 44, reserve a private room with a hot tub at your health club. Once there, you should become your man's personal masseuse. Give him a very thorough rub down. You can't do this properly unless you're both nude. Although you are allowed to drape a towel over parts of his body you're not working on, that's so he won't get cold. Depending on the mood and the moment, you may want to delay any serious sexual overtures until after the two of you emerge from the long soak in the tub and you're both good and hot. Lick him dry, carry on from there. He won't soon forget this steamy, dreamy interlude. Okay, now I don't have to do all the hot tub stuff, but I have uh entertained my husband with a nude massage, and it is very exotic, very erotic, very sensual. And I will say that I was the initiator in that. Matter of fact, that I'm now that I think about it, yes, I was the initiator in that, and we were in our 20s, so we haven't done anything like that since then. So definitely something to think about. Definitely something to think about. Uh, let's see. So we're already done with that. Okay, we're already done with that chapter just that fast. Um, let's see. The next chapter goes from to 60. Okay, let me read number 45. If y'all want me to at least go to 60, somebody just give me one thumbs up and I would definitely go ahead and read to 60. And I think that will put us in, okay, that'll complete getting to 60 will complete chapter 3. Okay. So if y'all want me to do that, I would definitely continue on past 45 and stop at 60. Okay. But 45 says, okay, you've heard about it and probably thought about it. Hold on, this page is kind of crinkled and wrinkled. I can't see all the words. Probably thought about it. Impossible, but yes, you can have sex in an airplane bathroom. Oh, hell no. You ain't playing with my life because you want to get it on up there in the air. And it's a wonderfully elevating experience. Actually, the trickiest part is getting in and out of the cubicle unnoticed by the line of people waiting to use it. So try to take your your mile high spin during the movie while they're serving a meal or at some other low bathroom occupancy. Listen. Not while we up in the air. We ain't playing them kind of games. So that's definitely a no go. Not gonna be able to do it. Okay, not at all. Um, and so the next section. Let's see. Y'all want me to read this next section? Games and toys. Ooh. Now, some of y'all that just joined on my page that's just dropping in, I had did two different card games, and one of them was a little loving. That was y'all remember this a little loving card game that kind of gave some little moves and whatnots, that actions and stuff like that that you could do. So some of it, some of it was crazy. And the other one, that really wasn't a card game for that. That was more like just relationship topic stuff to speak on. Uh, but other than that, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. Do I need to read this games and toys? When you're in a playful mood or want to break the ice after a period of abstinence, or you sense the need for yet another kind of variety, there's nothing like a good old erotic game or sex toy. Okay, so I'm gonna speed on through and finish chapter 2. Okay, so number 46, use your vibrator on him. Whoa. I doubt it if he will even let me get close. Ain't no doubt it. I know that's a hell no. Or purchase a different kind of, yeah, a different kind of pleasure. Yeah, cause baby, mine ain't going for that. And I don't want to do it either. 47. If you have a very self assured and open minded man, you may find he'll enjoy receiving the attentions of your vibrating dildo. There we go. 46 and 47 is on that BS. No, my man ain't going for that. And I ain't either. I'm going to question him 1000%, 1000% if he is down for that. Okay. um 48. Your local sex shop should have a large variety of ticklers. These are little sleeves that fit over the end of the penis and come equipped with bumps, soft prongs, ridges, and other little goodies designed to stimulate your vagina. Buy a few and invite your man to tickle you. Okay, so I never knew about that. And knowing me, if y'all have not um watched it, I have a video out on YouTube, the full video that explains my first trip to the sex store. And it is hilarious. Okay. It was hilarious when I went. It was hilarious from the things that I did when I did it. And it's probably to me even more hilarious when I still go back and tell the story. So if y'all want to watch that just for entertainment purposes, hey, it is up now on YouTube. Go watch it. Snack Cackle Talk. Cackle with a K. My first trip to the sex store. I think it has novelty in the lips doing like this. Shh. I think that's the photo, the thumbnail. Yeah. If y'all just want to be entertained by my first reaction. I was in my 20s, y'all. Um, let's see. 49. Another gadget for your man's penis is a cock ring. A cock ring, huh? A small rubber or metal donut that fits snugly around the base of his penis. Some are meant to fit around his testicles too. Others strap Others are straps of leather with snaps at the end. A cock ring helps to keep him really hard and feeling pleasantly swollen and huge. He'll feel and act as if he's playing a what is this, Stradivius? Whatever, I can't even pronounce that word, instead of his everyday instrument. Hmm, that sounds like I can't think of the name of, but we was talking about some of these little straps that men and women put over their areas, and it kind of sounds like one of those kind of devices. I it no, I don't want to blow my mind, okay? Because all of this stuff is the majority of this stuff is definitely new to me. So I don't want to blow my mind with trying all this stuff. But to each his own if it's out there. Okay. Number 50. Buy a set of erotic cards or make your own. The action cards should say things like kiss, suck, lick, bite. The body cards name various parts ear, nipple, toe, penis, and so on. Take turns picking a card from each pile and applying the instructions to your partner for 5 minutes a turn. Okay, I can see something like that being done. Have I ever done anything like that? Absolutely not. Would I ever do something like that? I probably wouldn't turn it down because it doesn't seem like it's out of just absurd. Now, will it prolong having sex? Definitely. But I can see how it can kind of uh be a new introduction to foreplay. So I can see that. Definitely. 51. Ask him to tie you to a bed and take his pleasure of you. Listen, now I did try that. And let me say, disclaimer, I'm not a professional. But it was exciting, erotic, and it did feel good and different. Okay. And so to each his own. To each his own. Just be safe, know your limits, and have safe words. I'll just say that. 52. Tie him to the bed. Okay. And then have your way with him. I never did that. But if he's for it, I'll try it. Not against it. 53. Challenge him to a duel. The first one to shoot, have an orgasm, quote unquote, loses. The winner gets treated to an erotic evening of his or her choice. Enjoy the struggle. I'll probably lose. I'll probably lose. My husband is a wonderful sex partner for me, so I will probably lose. um, 54. Play play strip Bakuman, strip Trivial Pursuit, or strip cribbage. That last one is concerning. uh, of course, there's always blackjack, hearts, dominoes, Scrabble, or whatever you name it. You can strip to it. Like I said, I've played the strip games before one time, and I didn't enjoy it. Now playing it with my husband, knowing him, he's a cheater. So knowing him, he probably gonna cheat his way to win. So, but I guess it could be fun, get a couple of laughs out of it, and get to the business. That's the whole point. Uh, 55. Speaking of stripping, practice your strip tease artistry and perform for him. Use veils, feathers, gloves, garter belts, whatever you can think of. Toss them provocatively in his direction. Okay, I've never done that because I'm too bashful. I'm too bashful in front of my own husband. Yes, I am very bashful, very shy, but I wouldn't be against it. But I would want it reciprocated as well. This book is just strictly about pleasing the man. So, but if I do it though, I'm saying it up front. I would want it reciprocated. Okay. Uh, let's see. 56. Call him at work with a trivia question for the day. Explain that if he answers correctly, you'll be his sex slave for 2 hours that evening. Okay, I can see that. I can see myself doing something like that. Um, have a little sex trivia, and but what happens if you don't get the answer right? That's the question. If you don't get the answer right, because if he get it right, then he wins, and you have to. do whatever he wants to do for 2 hours. But what happens if he gets it wrong? What kind of acts can you get from him? That's the question. But I can see that being enticing. 57. On a lazy Sunday, when you'll be staying in all day, demand that he remain in the nude for the duration. Tease him with playful caresses and love slaps all day, then pay it off that night. Well, that we'll never do nothing like that because our house is busy. But I guess that would be a good thought. I guess it's something for train of thought for if you're away at a hotel or something like that and you know you're gonna be in for the whole day, then I can see something like that happening. But I doubt it. Let's see. 58. Reverse these roles and parade around naked all day. Tell him to use you as he will. Listen, listen, listen. I enjoy having sex with my husband, but I ain't I won't be wanting to do other things. I'm just saying. That's just me. 59. Play erotic charades. Trying to see how that would turn out. The rule of the games are both players must be nude. One partner acts out the sexual activity he or she wants to do. For instance, if you point to your man, then lick your lips, squeeze your nipples, and finally hold up the fingers of both hands, he may correctly guess that you want him to lick your nipples for 10 minutes. That's a long time. um, 3, no matter how provocative these charades may look, you cannot touch each other until the charade is solved correctly. 4, when the correct answer is given, your partner wins the privilege of performing the act in question. 5, reverse your roles for the next charade. 6, continue the game until you get too involved to notice. Okay, okay, I can see that. It's another prolonging act though, but I can see it. And finally, the end of chapter 2, number 60. That went by fast. Number 60. Name that flavor. Is a lovely game too. Anoint your vulva with flavored extract of love oil and make him guess what it is by licking it off. Turnabout is fair play, and he must have his chance at stumping you by dabbing a mystery flavor on his penis and letting your tongue perform its investigation. No further love play is allowed until the liquor names that flavor, or until the lickee can't stand it anymore. Well, well, well. I can see that being a fun thing to do, I guess. But I'm gonna be trying to get my answer correct. Definitely. Definitely. Um yeah, that was the end of chapter 2. So on Saturday we will be starting with chapter 3. Okay, we're gonna start with chapter 3 on Saturday. Y'all, I don't have nothing else to say. The book is interesting. Definitely old, but it still got some usable points in there. So if you found something in chapter 2 that interests you, hey, just go refer back to all of this. Go to YouTube and rewind what I said and find the part that interests you the most and try it out. If y'all freaky enough to try it out, I want to know. I'm nosy. I want to know if you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, maybe I'll try it out too. Who knows? If you are new to this page, I appreciate y'all tuning in and listening to part 4 of my grandmother's book that I found beside her bed. This book is dated back to 1993, and it has a 1994 grocery ad book cover made on there. 203 ways to drive your man wild in bed. And I'm going to complete this book until I get to all 203 ways. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and take the time out of your day and follow me on all of my platform pages: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Definitely, if you're feeling generous enough to subscribe to TikTok, I also appreciate you on that as well. And other than that, I'm going to get out of here. I got a little homework to do, and I got some medicine I need to take for my head because it's probably at a 7 right now, and some rest to be had. And I will see you guys on Relationship Saturday. That is this Saturday, where I am going to continue this book. And if y'all miss me on that day, I'll be back on here for Hot Topic Tuesday. No, I would not continue the book on Hot Topic Tuesday. Just on Thursdays and Saturdays. Other than that, thank y'all for tuning in, and I appreciate every single last one of you. I'll see y'all. Oh, I get to... Yeah. Okay. I thought I had missed some of my messages. But I will see y'all next time. Thank y'all for y'all support. I always appreciate it. Bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Maybe we should take it slow. I don't feel too comfortable jumping into something new right now.